Hello everyone and welcome back to a new video. Today I'm here to show you my Nordic updated deck. Also I've already done a deck profile on the ancient Nordics I run, but I thought I'd do an updated one. Right, let's get started with the monsters. Number 1 is the Emperor Maju Garzat. By the way, at the end of the video I'll be showing combinations of why I run some of these cards and other new Nordics, etc. The Emperor Maju Garzat, really handy card. Cannot be normal sets, it must be special for your hand by tributing 3 monsters. The attack becomes the combined original attack of each tributed monster. Really handy. And your opponent can activate card effects during the battle phase. So say now, I don't know, I had 3 cards with 2,000 out. Tribute all 3 of them, 6,000 attack. Really handy. Mara of the Nordic Alphas. You understand why again, it's a dark tuner, which is handy for one of the synchros I run in this deck. 2 Vandis of the Nordic Ascendants. She can be used for getting out either Odin, Thor or Loki, because she changes to what tuner you require. Valkyrie of the Nordic Ascendants. If you control no monsters and your opponent controls them, when this card is normal summoned, if your opponent controls a monster and you control no other cards, you can banish 2 cards from your hand, special summon 2 tokens, level 4s, so you synchro this one and 2 level 4 tokens for one of the boss synchros. 2 Cheer of the Nordic Champions. Cannot exist on the field with other Nordic monsters. Bit of a downfall, but not really much, because it's quite handy. He's got 2,000 attack, 1,000 defense. Tanzania, of the Nordic Beasts. If this card's throw balance into the graveyard, special on 2 Nordic Beast tokens. The level 1 Beast Earth attack 0, defense 0. How that crack was, I don't know. Next is Yugioh of the Nordic Beasts. Similar to Tanzania, when it's thrown balance into the graveyard, special on this card from your hand. So in other words, it's just a free summon in other words. 3 Dverg of the Nordic Alphas. Dverg is good because when you special him, you can normal him, you can special another Nordic monster. So that's another summon. 3 Yugiohs of the Nordic Alphas. When this card is normal summon, you can target one face-up monster you control, except this card. Special on 1 Nordic monster from your hand of level less or equal to this card. So that's handy enough getting more specials. 3 Gamars, just handy. 3 Goldovaxes. Notice how I'm running so many monsters in a minute. And coming on to the final monsters, the first one is a bit weird to be in here, is the Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. Reason I run Galaxy Eyes is because if I was to use one of the effects of the links, which we'll get to in a minute, to get out these tiers, and have him in hand, sacrifice these 2 to go above 2,000 or more, get Galaxy Eyes out. Next is Jormungandr the Nordic Serpent. And I got to show you this one as well, because the one won't make sense with the other. Fenrir the Nordic Wolf. Now, what you want to do, what the Nordic Serpent does is if he controls a monster, we'll get to them in a minute, you can special this card from your hand to your opponent's side of the field in defense position. That's pretty much all the part you need to know, because when he is summoned, you switch him from defense to attack, and then the other effect will go off. You take 3,000 points of damage if you switch him from defense to attack. So and he switches them, so you know, that's handy. Now these 3 cards, I know they're blanks. The reason they're blanks is because the cards I've ordered have not arrived yet. The 3 are the same. They are Blackluster Soldier, Envoy of the Beginning. The reason I want to run 3 Blackluster Soldiers is because I can banish any dark and light monster, and then out comes the Blackluster Soldiers, I'm banishing cards from the field. Next is MST, Missile Space Typhoon, handy for countering. Dark Hole, always handy. The second reason for Dark Hole to be in, I'll tell you that when I get the synchros. Monster Reborn, obviously always handy. The Big Bang Shot. Not many people really run the Big Bang Shot, I think it's one of the best equipped cards ever. In other words, you equip it to a card, it gains 1 attack for defense, and it can also inflict piercing damage. Pot of Duality. You activate top 3 cards of the deck, select 1 per your hand, stuff the rest back in the deck, but you cannot special summon this turn. Super Poly and Regular Poly. Obviously Super Poly is really good. Acts of Despair, up on monster by 1,000. the Nordic Relic Yugioh. The reason I run that is because target 1 Aza or Nordic monster you control is attack and defense with double the original attack and defense to the end of this turn, but cannot attack your opponent directly. Next, we run 1 Mirror Force and 1 Gravity Bind. Now you may be wondering why Gravity Bind. I'll explain now. For this is why we run the Dark Hole, the Gravity Bind, all them. Is for this card, Odin, Father of Azir. Once per turn you can declare he's unaffected by spells or traps. So you can activate Gravity Bind and he will not be affected by it. You can activate Dark Hole, he will not be affected by it. So all the other monsters except Odin. Then to Thor's of the Nordic, of Lord of Aza. Once per turn you can negate the effect of all phases of monsters your opponent currently controls till the end of the turn. Also, and the final one is Loki, Lord of Aza. These 3 monsters have something in common. At the end of the turn, you can banish an Ascendant for Odin, or a Beast for Thor, or an Alpha for Loki, and bring them back if they were destroyed. As for Loki, once per turn, when your opponent activates the spell or trap card during the battle phase, quick effect, you negate the activation if you do destroy it. Boom. Next is Beelzy of the Diabolic Dragons. Now, Beelzy is brutal. I did used to run a Beelzeus like you saw in the previous one, of Beelzeus, something like that. But I choose the Beelzy because Beelzy cannot destroy a battle card effect, take no damage. If you take damage from an attack involved in this card, or from an opponent card effect, this card gains attack equal to the damage you took. The reason I don't run the other one anymore is because only he could attack when he's on the field, so it's a bit annoying. Next are the fusions. Starving Venom with Super Poly, and the Pred Plant Drago Stepella. I run that because it's more of a test card at the moment. Once per turn, quick effect, you can target 1 monster your opponent controls, place 1 Pred counter on it, and if it is level 2 or higher, it becomes level 1 as long as the Predator count, as long as it has a Predator counter. Negate the activation of your opponent's monster if it has a Predator counter. I use mainly that reason to stop effects. Next, and next is the Dark Rebellion. Again, you can link off into these 3, which is the 3 link monsters, and they are the engine. The reason I run a Dark Rebellion is because with this link you can buy 3 cards from your hand or field, and then you can bring out 3 Nordics from the deck. So you can bring out 1 for Odin, Thor, Loki, Beelzy, Dark Rebellion. You can just get out the materials immediately, and for Galaxy Eyes. So that's the deck so far. As I say, these 3 years, maybe the Blackluster Soldier, I added them in there because of the fact you just banish cards, that's really handy. So now what we're going to do now, we're going to cut into the next part of the video where we will do a few test games. I will show you some tricks, tips, etc. on how to play the Ancient Nordics. See you in a minute. Right, welcome back. Here we go. Let's draw all 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I preferably want to go first with this deck because I find it easier. Right, what we can do is we've got these cards. What can we do with these cards? Simples. What we do? We normal Valkyrie of the Nordic Ascendants. That's move 1. Link Valkyrie for Gulvig. Activate Gulvig's effect. Banish her. Pod you out into Verg. Simple. Bring out from the deck. Where are we? Valkyrie, Gamar, and Gamar. 2 level 4s and 1 level 2 synchro. 1 second. Let me just check something. Happy days. Right. There we go. Deck being shuffled. Right, what we gotta do now is simple. We synchro for 2 4s for an 8 and then level 2 for a 10 for Odin, Father of Azir. Next we probably pass for turn to be honest with you. Now Odin's quite a tough one to get past, so if you can say he just passes, so that's one saying pass. Draw for turn. Now here's what we're gonna do. Because we control an Aza monster, we can special summon to our opponent's side the main Jarmargadar of the Nordic Beast or Serpent in defense and a pass for turn. Now he'd probably be a bit panicking, okay, what the hell do I do with this? Because if I turn to attack, I just get lower damage. So probably pass, so just set a few and pass, draw. No, convenient. Normal, because I control another Aza. Fenrir of the Nordic Beasts. Switches him to attack. 3,000, taking him down to 5,000. Activated the fact of attack spell the traps. Dark Hole. Destroy all monsters. They're gone. Now, if then you could just attack directly for game, unless you have something set. Say we get one set back row. You can banish from the graveyard. Where are they? One light, one dark. For the Blackluster Soldier Envoy of the Beginning. Guess it's a substitute card. And my point is simple. You want to effect banish the back row, and then attack with Odin for game. And that's how you do it. There's not much more to it, to be honest with you. That is how the Nordics work. They are such a good engine. Yeah, they're not. I know they're not exactly the best competitive deck in the whole wide world, but I think they're quite. They hold their own against most decks, put it like that. Yeah, they're a deck like if you an Ash Blossom to stop her effect going off. Yeah, it will mess you up, but you know that's a chance you gotta take with this deck. Will you risk it for a biscuit sort of thing? Yep, right. And that. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed this quick little deck profile library and a redo of the ancient Nordics. I quite enjoyed making the video. I hope you all enjoyed it. So, from me and everyone, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye.